Hey, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the third episode of Off the Balls with your hosts Adam and Nick. Welcome back, buddy. How you doing?
It's it's another rough week, man. It's another rough week.
Another rough week
Yeah.
indeed, man. My team. I'm starting to see the floor of like the potential of my players, but we did squeeze out two wins. We lost in the Crazy Points League, which we'll see later. But how'd your team do this week?
I went 1-3 this week again.
1-3. Which league did you win in? The crazy. Yep. Yeah. So yeah. So you won in that league. We'll talk about
Easy
that a little
dubs.
later. But man, this week was weird, man. Like I said, my team. You'll see later. My team just hasn't been performed. Hasn't performed the last few weeks, and I'm a little blurry. Sorry. But it'll focus up. But we're skating by these wins. It's nice to see. Uh,
Yeah, as you'll see in a little bit, I have two leagues where I am 0-3.
two leagues 0-3. Ah, you got that Matt treatment going on over there, huh?
I got that Isaiah treatment.
Oh, Isaiah's winning this year.
Oh yeah, I got Isaiah
Oh,
last year.
oh man. Okay, so let's hop into the first league. Let's get right into it.
Yeah, going to Capital League here.
Capital League and the return of the Hail Murray or what? What's going on over there?
Well, if you remember, I messaged you earlier this week, and I said, "Hey, Kim just messaged. As for all, Kim is the owner of Hail Murray, and Kim says, "Hey, tell Adam he needs to stop talking about my team. He's gonna jinx it." Well, looks like we did.
What?
Is this coming up for you?
That's totally. Oh, let me see. Let me. I forgot that I had to do it on my side as well. Yes, yes, sir. That is. It says the stream has ended. Cricket noises. So, oh, your. I feel like we always run this at the beginning, but your webcam is gone, and there's your webcam, so we're good there.
Okay, let's try this again.
Yeah, one more time. There we go. Oh, stream has ended. Cricket noises.
I have no idea what's going on.
Just a little bit of technical difficulties. I think you're. Are you sharing when you go to share your screen? You're not hitting the camera one, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to. Let's see. Let's go. Screen 3.
Green 3. Let's see. Oh, there we go. We got it.
No.
We're looking good. We're looking good.
Yeah, it's not liking it with this setup. The new setup I got to figure out.
Oh no, you're
Alrighty, well,
good.
let me just go ahead and start in on here. As you can see, I lost to Salatha this week. And no lies this week on this one. I actually was creeping up towards the end. I started the game with, it has a breakdown. I started with I think it was like a 23% chance to win it.
Ah, gotcha,
So
gotcha.
not looking too good going in, but I had the Cowboys defense and I had Tony Pollard, and I thought, well, maybe I could squeak one by, and I was down by like 30 points.
Yeah.
So came back to what was this 9, 10, just under 10 points.
Yeah, just under
So
10 points. You creeped back up there. You got 10 from Pollard and 12 from your defense. So I mean, you.
no, 10
Uh,
from defense, 10.5
oh,
from
sorry,
Pollard
sorry. Yeah, I
here.
was looking at coup. My bad.
Yeah,
But
'cause
yeah, but I mean, 10 from each of those. You 10 from your defense is really good. That's a solid defense. You just needed Pollard to give you a little bit more, unfortunately.
what got me here is this 1.7 from Daryl Henderson.
Ouch! And this is a week where Cam Akers got his first touchdown, and I believe that might have been the first touchdown for running back from LA this week.
Yeah.
So Daryl Henderson, yikes.
Daryl Henderson got me 1.7. Mike Williams not showing up again. He's a week on, week off type of guy, I guess.
Uh, uh,
Um, he,
Keenan
he got
Allen
me eight and a
wasn't
half.
back last week, was he?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so as well. So, I mean, the 8.5 from Mike Williams is unacceptable
But
with Keenan Allen not on the field.
but Chargers played the super hot Jacksonville team. So is
This
Jacksonville someone to not mess with this season?
this Jacksonville team is looking dangerous because their defense looks good. They got a lot of good pieces on offense. Trevor Lawrence is balling out, and some guy I picked up late in both drafts, James Robinson. He's having tremendous weeks, and we love to see that.
Well, after the last couple seasons here, with Robinson, everyone was a little weary about him. Um, just the same with McCaffrey, just the same with Barkley, and that's why they all got drafted so low this year.
No,
But yeah,
definitely, definitely.
if you could see here, she beat me,
Yeah,
and
113 to 104 is respectable. You got close. You got close. This is a 14-man league, so scoring that high is a little bit difficult. So it's a good week for you.
exactly. And I worked this out. I figured out all the buttons I needed to push this time.
You love to see it.
So, in this week 3 here, out of a 14-man league, I beat 6 or 8. I beat 8 and I lost to 5. So, with my score, it was just it was a schedule thing
Yep.
this week. When you're beating over half the league, it's kind of rough to see that L. But
Especially in a close one, like if you get blown out and you had a good week, it sucks. But when you had a chance, it's even worse.
so we had Alexis beating Gracie
Hmm.
this week. Amy getting blown out by Willie. Willie is who I beat in the Super Bowl last year. Honestly, with how his season was going, he should have won it all.
He should have won it all. I mean,
He
he's
absolutely
off to
should have
he's
won it
off
all.
to a great start this season. I see he's already 3-0.
It's the only 3-0 left out of
Oh,
anybody.
he's the only one left on Winners Island.
Mhm.
Oh, he's sitting at the king of the castle.
I have to share Losers Island over here. I got myself. I've got Gracie with me, and we're just chilling. We're
Yeah.
just chilling, winless, just not giving a hell about anything.
By the
So
way, there is no mojitos on Losers Island, so you guys are just chilling there, baking in the sun, no suntan lotion. It's rough out there. You guys need to get your first win. I believe in you guys.
at least I have company.
Yeah, yeah. At least you have Gracie with you, which is unfortunate because you never want to be on Losers Island. But I mean, it's
We'll
the
just
season. The season's still way too early to freak out about an 0-3.
Yeah, well, we just need to get better.
Yeah, yeah. Just need to talk to your guys, make them run some laps.
So I went through mine. Kim, we jinxed her. We
Is that
jinxed
a
her.
jinx or is that just a bad week from her team? Because I
Ah,
see, what was that Mike? Mike put up 149 points, which is a super solid week. But I mean,
what's high score?
we saw her week one. She put up 160.
On 160. Yep.
Yeah, so I know what her team's capable of. I feel like it was just a bad week. I believe she has Jefferson, which I also do, and this is his second week not performing. So it's kind of hard when your superstars don't perform. But I mean, you're off Winners Island, Kim. So you just got to do better.
You know what? I think she'll be it next week. She's playing Adrian, who's 1-2.
Okay, okay. I mean, he put up
So
103. He got a real. That's a real tight game right there. What is it? A
mhm.
.4 difference?
Yeah. Point seven. No, 0.46. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's a real close one. One couldn't have been happy. Uh, but yeah. So you got Jason losing again, 60.84. I don't know how he's 2-1,
Wow.
and I'm
Yeah.
0-3.
I was just looking at that. He had a 60-point week for his first loss. So maybe it was a team collapse, or I have no idea. But let's
Let's
see.
see. Oh, Montgomery. He had Montgomery. He had Tyreek Hill. He had
Ooh, Jawan Johnson giving him 0.
Julio
Julio
Jones
Jones giving
giving
him a
him.
0. In the Bears defense. Oh, they gave him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, when you're posting a 1.1 and 2 zeros, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. That you're gonna have a bad week. Did he leave a lot of points on the bench here? Let's
Yes, he
see.
did. Marvin
Okay.
Jones.
Yeah.
He had tag in, so he left Trubisky out. Rashad Perriman,
Yeah. I
J.K.
mean, he
Dobbins.
didn't leave.
Oh, Herbert played.
Yeah, but I mean,
That's only three.
he barely played better than Tua. I mean, you're gonna go with Tua always there, I think. But the Marvin Jones, I feel like these Jacksonville players, like we just got to start playing them. Like it's
It's
they're
hard to say that. It's hard to get
yeah
that out of your mouth, wasn't it?
yeah. It's I mean, based off last season, this season, I mean, these
Uh,
Jacksonville players are gonna be consistent if they keep playing the way they play.
yep. So yeah, so Jason got beat by Dan and Karen. Um, Adrian barely squeaked out over Juan, and Lizzie and Lorenzo ended up crushing Luis. Really,
Oh yeah,
at
they
40
gave
points.
they gave him an ass whooping, but extend their lead to 2-1. So
Yep.
that's a nice solid week. You got some high scores this week, and then some really low scores. I feel like that's going around the league right now, especially how the drafts went. Like a lot of people's, like I said last week, top 7 draft picks, they're just not performing. So
Again,
we're
yeah, it's a
yeah
weird season.
we're getting these bad weeks where like you don't want to bench that guy because he's capable of 40 points next week. But like, when do you start worrying about pulling the plug on these 8-point games?
Yeah, these. I drafted solid teams all across the board, and I've got 2-0-3 teams.
What a weird year of fantasy football, man.
It
But
really is.
I mean, look at top to bottom. Like I said, it's a couple close games, a couple
Mhm.
blowouts. But definitely uh, a weird week. I almost want to chop up this week, man, because it's week 3. We're like I said it last week. I mean, it's early in the season, but
Yeah.
it's weird to see the floor on these players so early.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they should all be super healthy. They should all be performing, and some of these guys are on like really great teams, like Cincinnati. Like we're having a problem with Cincinnati's players performing. Week in and week out. We have a problem with Vikings players performing. And they're a solid team over there. When I mean, as long as Kirk Cousins is not playing in prime time, but other than that,
Kirk Cousins did great this week.
he had a solid performance, but
Hmm.
just not to the right guy. I mean, we need him to send it to Jefferson, and we need to send it to Jefferson all the time. I mean, 4.4 from Jefferson. That's just
Yep.
unacceptable. But
Hmm.
Kim got cursed. She has like I feel like Kim has my team. It's because I got Kyler Murray, I got James Robinson, I got Justin Jefferson. I don't have Pittman. I forget who my other receiver is, but me and her have a lot of the same players. I mean, I got James Conner. It's kind of weird how she drafted, but I mean, one of us won our game this week, and then the
Ah,
other one didn't, unfortunately.
sorry, just get better, Kim.
Just get better, Kim. All right, you got this. I believe in you.
Hey, can we take the curse off though?
Take the curse off.
Can we
Can we?
relinquish it for her for next week?
Well,
She said please in her
she
message.
said please in her message. All
She
right,
said
so
please.
we're not gonna hype up your team this week. All right, I
Or I'm not even talking about next week for you.
yeah,
Just
no
just gone.
look into the future, and we're not looking at your matchup right now against
Adrian.
Adrian.
Yeah, we're
we're
definitely
not
not talking about.
definitely not. I mean, you're going against Odell's squad, so I mean, he's got his first win already. He's probably gonna make you 2-2, but we'll see.
We're definitely not talking about how his team could definitely beat you next week.
Could definitely beat you. I mean, Justin Jefferson's probably gonna give you 2 points next week, which I don't hope for because I have him as well. But I mean, hopefully the curse is lifted and you can go back to your winning streak. But I mean, just get better.
Yeah, just get better.
Just get better. But let's go ahead and jump over to the Toxic League real quick, and I will close yours and open up mine. Share your screen. That is going to be Toxic League and go live. Let's see if I have it up. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? Toxic League. Oh, is it up for you?
Yeah, it's up for
All right,
me.
there we go. I don't know why I opened it 2 different screens for me, but now we're good. All right. So start from the top. I was three Pete versus Bozo the Clown because this is our running. Oh, actually, last year he did not have to wear the clown suit last year, but the previous year he wore the clown suit, and then went against whence has been never was. Um, he did change his name. He did have his name as David because his story was he was David taking down Goliath. And as you can
Okay.
see, Goliath did not have a good week this week. We scored 93 points. And we'll go to this matchup real quick because he only scored 89.54. And let me tell you, I was sweating Monday night because he did have Debo Samuel Monday night. I had Javonte Williams,
Ooh,
Brandon McManus, and San Francisco's 49 defense. So those guys combined to actually bring me back into the lead going into uh, Monday night, and we just got that. I mean, and the crazy thing is, I believe I didn't really watch this Monday night. Was it Monday night or was that Sunday night?
that was
Sunday
Sunday
night.
night.
Sunday night. I didn't really watch this Sunday night game because I mean I'm not too invested in either team, but I was definitely watching like in the peripheral and like
Nice. They are shitting their pants right now hearing that comment.
but I was
You
like
take it back.
no, I would never take it back. I'm not invested in the 49ers or the Denver. But I was like watching it out of the corner of my eye and just like refreshing my app to make sure he doesn't score any points. And I believe in the last pass, like they passed it to Debo and then it got broken up and intercepted, which was phenomenal because if he would have caught that, I, I probably I probably lost because that was like a 12 to 13 yard catch.
Right.
Yeah, so I probably would have given him enough to be super close, or at least extend the drive so to get Debo some more touches. So we're kind of happy how that turned out. But just another bad week from Brandon Cooks. Jamar Chase is giving me barely anything.
Well,
Darren Waller.
T. Higgins had the same amount as Jamar Chase, so they were just spreading it around the field.
Yeah, they were spreading it around. Jamar Chase got a touchdown late, I believe, so it helped out. But a while there, he was at like 4 or 5 points, so that was a little nerve wracking. But James Robinson, man, I cannot give this guy enough flowers because he coming out that ACL tear, and I didn't really know what to expect from him. I know how good of a running back he is, but they just drafted a running back over there, so it was kind of like, are they going to give him the touches? Is he going to be fully healthy? And he's been performing 3 weeks in a row now, so I believe he's going to be my permanent flex player.
I see Fournette actually got you double digits.
Yeah, Fournette got me double digits. A little 12-point
That's
action.
great to see.
Yeah, I mean, after last week, it's great to see anything out of Tampa Bay,
Yeah,
because it's just they're
that's rough.
it's rough right now. They have a really good defense, but they can't move the ball on offense right now. But I think it's gonna be over this week because I mean they're going into Kansas City. It's gonna be a tough game, but they have
Yep.
not only Godwin back, they're gonna have Mike Evans back,
Yeah.
and possibly Julio Jones. So if Brady actually has receivers he could throw to, I feel like it's gonna be a lot different fantasy wise for
Well,
them.
did you see Gage's points? I don't know who has them and where, but Gage uh, absolutely went off the week after I get rid of him.
Yeah, I dropped him as well, just because he wasn't look. It didn't look like he was doing anything over there.
Right.
And then he goes and has a phenomenal week, like Jamal Williams from Detroit. Like I went and dropped him, and then he has a phenomenal week. So if you guys see on the waiver wire that I drop somebody, just scoop them up and
No,
play them because they're probably gonna pop off. It's crazy how that works, man. But up next we have Justin versus Chris. Justin is on a 2-game winning streak. We talked about last week where he was 13 losses straight, and he squeezed out a win last week with the recount for Jalen Hurts, and then he actually squeezed out a win against Chris this week. So Chris started 2-0. He drops down for his first loss of the season. Fiddy's Bodega, which is Chad, went ahead and secured his third win against the Disappointments, which is happily named that team because he is 0-3 and he's disappointing us a little.
You
Uh,
know your pain.
it's there's a lot of pain in this league right here because we have actually three 0-3 teams. Next
Oof.
one we have a bunch of broke bitches, which is Gabe, and he went against Mr. Spida. And look at this score right here, 90.44 to 90.56, and this was decided Sunday night. Mr. Spida still had Saquon Barkley to play, benched him just to rub it in. He benched him just to rub in the win. Oh, the disrespect, huh?
Oh, Jesus.
He could have had a 110-point week and been like get a little bit more points, but you know you got to make it hurt sometimes. And
My God, just until that comes and bites him in the playoffs.
yeah,
So
when
he
it comes
doesn't make the playoffs by 10 points, 11 points.
or when he gets like the 6th seed instead of the 5th seed, and
Yep.
then plays someone that blows him out. But we'll see. I mean, he can do what he wants. You know, I mean, it's a little petty, but I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate the .12 victory. Then we got Shaken Baker, which is a phenomenal name, led by Jonah going against J Ray. J Ray actually made a late plunge here. I believe he had Pollard as well. Yeah, he had Pollard and one other player that night. Maybe I'm mistaken. Nope, just Pollard. But he was in a close game. He got really close. If Pollard could have squeezed him out 2 more points, you know that would have made a ton of difference here. But that's the difference between 0-3 and oh, not there. 0-3 and 1-2. You know, it's unfortunate, but it happens. But this week or this league, we have two people still on Winners Island. It's your boy and Chad that joined us last week. So
Yeah. Go Chad.
go Chad. I mean, Chad.
I'm clapping for Chad, not for you, man. Like, let that be known. I'm a
No,
little
he's
jealous right
he's
now.
clapping for me, just like these cheek. Wait, what? But I mean, this league kind of is almost always kind of like this. We have the middle of the pack guys that take wins off each other, and me and Chad usually end up in first or second place going into the playoffs. So it's trending that way again, and we'll see. I mean, like I said, every week I'm gonna tell him this every week. He could do as good as he wants in the regular season. He's gonna choke in the semifinals.
Yeah.
And it's painful to see, but one thing that's kind of cool about this league as well is me and Chad actually don't face each other till week 9. So if there's a miracle chance that we stay undefeated till week 9, that'd be pretty crazy to decide like who goes 9-0 and who goes 8-1.
Well, to put money on Chad if that happens.
Oh, I mean his team is stacked, but Chad, I mean, even if he beats me in the regular season, he won't make it to me in the finals, so we're good.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and jump back over to your league. Let me cancel my streaming. There we go. Look at that beautiful faces back here joining us. The beautiful dog in the background.
I painted that.
You painted that?
I painted that.
Yeah. Yo, how much? How much? We're gonna sell it. We're gonna sell it here live on stream.
Is your
Yep, it's loading real quick. Let's see. Stream paused. Says you minimize the application.
Nope.
Let's see.
I'm trying it again.
Yeah, try it again.
Oh, one of these days I'll figure that out.
One of these days we'll get it right.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Okay, let me try one more thing.
All right.
This is a weird. It's my setup. I've got a weird center screen, and
This is why we can't have nice things.
that's still nothing.
It's still nothing.
All right. Well, I apologize, everyone.
Okay, it's okay. I mean, they want to hear more about how Kim's team just didn't perform this week, and how
You're talking about Kim's team, the one that was jinxed and lost, and
Yeah,
how we're
yeah,
not supposed to talk about him.
yeah. That one team that's just so good, but you know couldn't pull it out.
Now, how about this? You can see it now,
Yep,
right?
yep, we're good to go. There's the Rigid
Alrighty.
League.
So as you can see, and I'm just gonna start here since you always start in last. So I'm gonna just point out that we got 2-0-3 teams. So again, I'm not alone on Losers Island.
You're not alone. One of us.
There's no Mai Tais, there's no, coconut drinks, but it will do. But if you hadn't noticed, okay,
Let's see.
there's nobody on Winners Island.
Nobody. Oh, this is a win or undefeated list league, huh? Wow. That's rare to see early in the season.
Yes. Yes. It was it was crazy. Um we had a loss here this week, and he was, I think, one of the only um undefeated teams.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
So his team just didn't perform this week, unfortunately. But
Yeah, they
I
got
see a lot. Actually, no, I don't. There's a couple close games there, but there's some blowouts as well.
So I'm gonna go right into it.
Yeah,
So I lost to Dangle Daddy this week. It's a Nick on Nick matchup.
Nick on Nick
Um
Prime.
yes, yes. So every every season he starts off the season just talking smack in our chat, and he says, Fantasy King, yeah, that's me. Well, sir, this week you were the Fantasy King. And I had to concede it, and I hate saying it, but he did well. He crushed me, absolutely crushed me. So I gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
I'll give it when it's due.
Are you giving him the flowers? Hey, Dangle Daddy, he's giving you the flowers. Congratulations on your win over him this week. But Nick will get you on the bounce back. What, week 12? You guys will be facing each other again.
Something
So
like that,
yeah,
yeah.
so he'll definitely catch you on the flippity flop.
Yeah, it hurts me to say that because and I have nothing against Nick. He's a trash talker. He's the biggest trash talker in the group. Some other people get really pissed off at him. I just think it's silly. It's fun. It's whatever. It's fantasy football.
Yeah.
But you definitely wanna beat him. Um, so he beat his brother last week, and then he beat me this week. So he's just ruthless. He normally has a pretty good team though, so we'll see how he does. He'll
Yeah.
probably go into the playoffs for sure.
One question I have about that: does he trash talk before the week starts? Like as like your matchup starts, like so it's Wednesday. Does he
He doesn't
trash
care.
talk? Huh?
He doesn't care.
Okay, cool. Because
Before,
I
during, after, doesn't matter.
the only ones that I don't like trash talk from is that when they wait until like Monday night and then they start trash talking. It's like
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of the bigger trash talkers in the league, and I change my team name every week to represent something to hurt somebody, and I trash talk win loss. I still keep going because that's why I feel like it bites you in the ass when you talk shit after the win.
No, Nick's a guy. He trash talks as much as he eats.
You love to see it.
Unless
Unless you're playing them.
Yeah, and I didn't love to see it this week. I like that first win in either one of these leagues here. We had Jordan losing to Gilbert this week. 0-17, losing to Mono. He's coming back. This is defending champ here, OSHA Report expert.
Yeah, a solid week there too, 166.
So I think this is honestly his third season, so he's really taken to fantasy football and what you need to do because he continues to get better and better.
You love to see it.
First loss, taking away that 2-0 here. Lost to OG Hambone.
OG Hambone. getting that win, going 2-1.
Yeah.
You'd love to see it. Positive record, taking down
Commissioner
the
kicking him
undefeated.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said no longer gonna be on Winners
Yeah.
Island.
He said, "I'm the commish. You get off this island." Alpha Wolf Brandon beating Steeler Nation, just barely squeaking it out. He almost got his first win. This is Isaac. He's on Losers Island with me, and it sucks to see.
Yeah, that's a really, really close game. Kind of heartbreaking, you know. You're looking for your first win. Did that game come down to Monday night? I feel like a lot of the close games came down to Monday night.
I think this will get me where I need to go. Mm-hmm. You can still see me, right?
Yep.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Let's see.
That's next week's. No? Yeah, I think that's next week.
Hey, there we are.
There we go.
No, well, he doesn't look like he has anyone.
Yeah, he didn't have anybody Monday night. But it would suck if the other guy had Monday night players and that's what got him the win. Because it was quality MFers, right?
It's Alpha Wolf.
So yeah, so Alpha Wolf. There you go.
Let's see, no. Oh, he had. God dang. He had Tyreek Hill here.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay. So that was a decided one on Sunday. Oh, that
Sunday
sucks.
night.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah.
You got an extra day to contemplate your loss.
I got a lot of those.
Those long nights where you're like, should I just hit the optimize button and walk away?
You know, I'm thinking about doing that this week because obviously my hours of thought and matchups and figuring this out has just not worked for me. So we'll see what happens.
It's rough when you're like, I know I should play this guy, and I don't care what the optimizer says. I'm playing this guy, and the optimizer was right, and you're like, this is bullshit.
Well, optimizer put in Montgomery this week, who got injured. So,
well, shame on you, optimizer. You know,
fuck that optimizer.
Well, like it's hard with hurt injuries because, like, like they're supposed to perform, and then
knows everything.
Yeah, the optimizer is the one that fucked up his
seeing,
leg.
all knowing.
Mm-hmm. They should have known.
Hooligans lost. That's Chuck. Remember, I was saying, like, he's on a 2-loss streak now. I mean, I can't talk shit, but I can.
Because we run this podcast, all right? Yes, what are they going to do? Talk to us?
This is my podcast, Chuck. Leave a message. And then KC Chick, that's Steeler Nation's girlfriend, wife.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a solid week, 159.
I mean, they've been together long enough. He should put a ring on it by now.
Oh, you caught him out in the podcast? That's wild.
I'm just causing all kinds of chaos today.
Yeah, he just wants to see the world burn. He goes 0-3 in 2 leagues and just wants everyone to get hurt.
Absolutely. He beat Get Back Coach, who was also 2-0. So both 3-0 teams. Because that's right. I was like, I thought there was 2.
Damn, and that's a good week from Get Back Coach too. 141. Mm-hmm. That's a rough one right there. That's a rough loss.
Yep.
Hey, but nobody on Winners Island, huh?
Nobody on Winners Island, sitting over there with Mai Tais that are going bad and melting, and fruit trays that are collecting flies.
This is one thing I did want to bring up. How would someone get back onto Winners Island? Are we gonna have like a additional spot? Because I mean, it's super hard to go like undefeated, and like you deserve the Winners Island when you're undefeated. But I feel like a 4-week win streak, I feel like that gets you back onto Winners Island, you know?
We'll call 5.
5? Okay, 5-game win streak. You're back on the island, and you're enjoying mojitos, you know?
We'll go 5.
Okay, it seems fair, right? There has to be a way to get back onto Winners Island, because sometimes you just have a rough week.
Although, if you go 5 losses, you're in the outhouse on Losers Island. You're not even on Losers Island.
You're like...
You're in the shit pit.
Yeah, you're looking at Losers Island where the porta potty is. Like, you're just stuck in there constantly. And it's not even like a maintained porta potty either. Other people are coming in there to use it while you're there.
It hasn't had toilet paper for 3 weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, you're the toilet paper at that point. It's wild.
Well, that went on a tangent. All right.
Yes, it did.
Which brings us to let's look at easy dubs.
Let's look at easy dubs here. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Give me one quick second. Easy dubs. Go live. Let's see. There we are.
Did you see this thing here?
Look at that. Let me look at that.
Tacticuzzi.
Tacticuzzi. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I ended up getting them. These are freaking awesome.
I mean, that's when you go to like South Phoenix when you just need to protect your beer, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Ain't nobody shooting my beer.
Ain't nobody putting their hands on my beer. But so this week in Easy Dubs, we faced each other. And what was the outcome of that, Nick?
I guess he.
You can't? No? Well, you know. Did you take the shot?
No, but I can wet my whistle with it.
Let's see the shot get taken.
Jesus.
For Nick's loss.
I just want to let everyone know that I wanted it to be clear so you can see, but this is what the like the pup cups and stuff comes in at Starbucks. This is Starbucks.
Oh wow, that's a big shot right there.
This is giant. Because it was a giant loss for me this week, and I'm not excited about it. I don't like the fact that I have to concede to this. But I said I would, and I took the biggest shot that I could fucking find. So
good luck, buddy. Good luck. Good luck.
Divosia.
Oh, like a sir. Like a sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and not drink anything while you continue to talk for a little bit.
All right. We're gonna take you off of full screen here. Oh,
wait. This was a just to let everyone know. This was a mixture of Frank's Red Hot, Tapatio, Buffalo Wild Wings hot sauce.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know which one to choose, so I chose all.
You love to see that. That's dedication right there.
Oh.
Nick, you're a man of your word, and you love to see it. But, yeah, I took you down in this league. We were both undefeated here, and someone had to lose. Unfortunately, this week it was you.
Unfortunately, it wasn't Damien.
I mean, we're going to get to him right now, but so I'm on Winners Island still. Unfortunately, one of us departed from Winners Island in this league. Going up again next is we have Nat versus Matt.
I just want to put out a little Matt action. I just want to point out she's high scorer for the week.
Yes, she is. She had a very good week, and I believe she's been scoring about 130 points a week on average. Like that's her base, because I believe she had 130 and then like 150 and then now 139. So she has had very, very good weeks and consistent weeks. So you love to see that, but she's making Matt 0-3. And Matt, unfortunately, you're the first You're the first one on Losers Island, and I believe you're the only one on Losers Island.
Enjoy your solitary confinement.
Yeah, I mean, you're hanging out by yourself. Just don't get that loss streak to 5, or you're going to be by yourself in a porta potty. And man.
Oh, he's got some brushy hair too. That would feel nice.
Oh, that would feel phenomenal.
No bidets on Losers Island, Matt.
No bidets. Oh. Then we got Judge going up against G-Jogs. G-Jogs was the one that was on Losers Island last week. He got his first win this week. Congratulations. Judge's team just fell apart. Like he's been putting up some pretty good weeks. Unfortunately, I believe he got some players injured. So he did not have a good week this week.
This is more of what we saw from Isaiah last season.
Correct. This is what we saw from Isaiah last season, but I feel like he has a better overall team this year because he did not draft nothing but 49 work players. It's just his team got a little banged up this week. He should have a bounce back week next week. Going up next, we have Go Rams, which is, I believe, Bloss.
He changed it. He changed it because he watched the podcast last week. We were sitting there
talking about the Go Dodgers.
Yeah, the Go Dyers, and his emblem did not match up. So
Oh yeah, we did not know what was going on there. I thought like, maybe that's why he's doing so bad. Is because he thinks he's playing fantasy baseball.
I mean, that would have reflect his other scores a little bit better.
Yeah, Plus, we appreciate you watching the podcast, but 83 points, plus.
Hold on, look straight down below him.
Yeah, hitting rugs.
We're not on Bloss this week.
Yeah, but Chris has Bloss has a win too. So
Hmm.
Chris, you got to do better. You got beat by Ryan. Congratulations, Ryan. We'll give him some flowers on his first win. His first win of the season. You love to see it. Congratulations. But he squeezed out a good game. I mean, we had three people.
49ers must have had a great game because that's the only reason Ryan had a good game.
Wait, I'm sorry?
The 49ers must have had a great game.
Oh, right. I mean, the 49ers had an okay game, but I mean, he squeezed by there, and we had three people that scored under 85 points or 86 points. That's a bad week. So we'll see how they bounce back next week. But
Makes me feel a little bit better about my loss there.
yeah, it a little bit better, right? It doesn't hurt as bad, but it still hurts. When you're undefeated and you lose, it's it's always rough because people like me like to gloat a little bit, and we're like, oh, I get to hang out on the island, me and
You
Damien.
won? Did you win this league last year?
I mean, I don't think anybody that's playing this league won this league last year.
I don't want to hear you.
But I definitely had a better record than you last year. But I will tell you this: I lost in the semifinals by like 0.2, and Matt lost by like 1.2.
Inch or mile.
If either one of us make it into the finals, both our teams scored like 160 points against each other the last week. It was ridiculous. And
that's exactly what happened in my Super Bowl win. It's, the person that lost the week before would have crushed both of us. So
it's rough seeing that. It's rough. It's rough, definitely. Especially if there's not like a third place like trophy or anything. Like that really, like, god damn it, I was so close.
So there was so in that Capital League, and sorry to go back here, but there is so the commissioner's stepdad, Kim's dad, he loves fantasy football so much that he throws in his own money for the end of the year. So first place, second place, third place, second to last place, third from last place, highest score, all get money at the end of the season.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
You love
and
to see that.
then the winner of everything gets a day off from work because they all work at the same building. So last year since I won it, I got cut a check.
Oh,
For
a day worth of work. You love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta win that again because
Yeah.
you get a nice little bonus.
Yeah, it was great.
It would have been funnier if like they made you go into work for that day because you didn't work there. Like you get to come hang out with us for a day.
Yeah. Oh.
You're like, this should be the losers punishment, not the winners. Yeah. But I mean, overall, everybody, Natalie's doing good again. I face her next week, so I'll tell you, to be honest, I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried.
You should be, honestly.
My projections have me blowing her out of the water, but the way her team's been performing and the way my team's been performing, I am not 100% there. I mean, it's Natalie at the end of the day, so she'll probably make a last-minute switch and end up costing it this week because she knows she's playing me. But
it's been the roughest thing not helping her this season because I told her that I wasn't. Yeah. She's coming up to me and she's like, hey, who should I play this and this? I'm like, this is your season. This is your choices. But, I mean, she's got Jalen Hurts. She's got Cordell Patterson. Zeke showed up this week, hence the...
I don't know what that is.
I figured I'd wear this when he showed up, so I'll wear it 2 or 3 times this year. She's got Stephon Diggs. She's got Mike Williams. She's got Derrick Henry. I mean... She's got Koo. She's set up. She's a great drafter.
I know, and she was I remember how upset she was after the draft,
That's
and
because she had to do it on her own.
yeah, she had to do it. So it was a lot of pressure, but she drafted a really good team, and it's showing. Like her only
Definitely.
loss so far in the league shouldn't have been a loss.
Yeah.
Like she played Damien that week, who scored 160 points. She scored
Mhm.
150 points. So like that's she should be 3-0 right now. And I'll tell you what,
Hurts me
I
to hear that.
I know I shouldn't be 3-0 right now because
Mhm.
last week for sure I skated by last week. This week I mean I put a little separation between us, but still not the 14-0 team that the app predicted after this draft. Got me a little nervous, but we got James Robinson to save the day, and so we'll keep riding that horse until we get D Hop back.
Sure.
Yeah, but no real big surprises this week. I knew our match was going to be close because I mean both our teams like they've been winning, but it hasn't been like convincing crazy wins.
Right.
So it could have went either way. Fortunately, it went my way, and you love to see it.
Yeah, fortunately.
Who do you got up next week?
Oh,
Uh,
I don't even know.
oh, you got Isaiah next week, so we'll see if he has a bounce back week or if he has another 80-point week.
I think I was one of his first wins last season after he started off 0 and God knows how many. So I'm like,
Are you hesitant?
I'm
Did
now.
was I the one that started your decline last year?
I think you were. I think it was that and the Starbucks curse.
Oh,
So if anybody doesn't know, he started offering people Starbucks to whoever beat me, and then people just stopped actually getting the Starbucks, but he never lifted the curse.
it's like my curses work. It's
Yeah.
insane. I
Speaking of curses, I mean, hopefully that one for Kim's not still on, huh?
hopefully, like I said that it was over, but people don't listen all the time. So when I say a curse is over, they're usually like, "Ah, I'm just gonna keep winning."
No, we're gonna see what happens next week.
Yeah, we'll see. Dun dun dun. But let's go into the crazy league here.
Which,
Which new and
oh,
approved.
new and approved. We
Let's
were
see.
able to change the scoring within this league to reflect actual points and values. It's great. But hey, I'm looking at something right there. What's that top line saying? Who's off the wins? Because I'm points, Dexter.
I am unfortunately off the wins. We had a back and forth, but I did take the L this week in the Crazy Points League. Um, I we did say we were taking shots, but I am currently on a 72-hour fast, so I do not want to fill that hot sauce be the only thing besides water in my stomach.
Hey, I'll tell you what. I have a proposition for you.
All right, let's see. Let's
You
hear
don't
it.
have to do anything right now. You could do it next week on the podcast, and
Uh-huh.
everyone will get to see it.
Yes.
It's got to be a hotter hot sauce.
For sure. I mean, I'm going to order a hot sauce off Amazon. Something that's a little, I'm not gonna go crazy hot. I'm not going ghost pepper, but I'm gonna get something that's way hotter than what I have here at the house.
I got
And
Arizona Gunslingers variety pack.
I think I have some of that too.
It goes hot to hottest.
Uh, let's see. I think I'm just gonna choose one like that has some really good reviews. Um, I want to get something that's special because I mean I'm missing this week because I am fasting, but I do want to have some sort of extra punishment for that, because you took your man like a shot, or you took your shot like a man.
I liked it the
Word,
first way.
words are hard sometimes,
You took
but
your man like a shot.
you took your man like a shot. God damn it! But I'm gonna take a shot next week when I'm not fasting, and we'll do it here, and I'll do it. I'll fuck it. Well, I'll do it at the beginning of the podcast, and then make this pain go through my mouth the whole goddamn time.
Yeah, mine is still.
Yeah,
It's
you still feeling
still.
it a little?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably that buffalo hot sauce because
Yeah,
like that
it's.
that that has a little kick to it sometimes.
It's.
But
I can definitely step it.
you pulled out the win. You advanced to 2-1. You'd love to see that. Claps all around. Good job. I dropped down to 1-2. I'm on a 2-loss streak in that league, which is rough because I'm the second highest scorer in that league, and it's not
Question:
showing.
How is there a team when I have a 14-man league? There's no one on Winter's Island, right?
Uh huh.
How do we still got one here in a 6-man
Chris
league?
Chris pulls out the win over Matt, who is the highest scorer in our league
Still this week.
till this week, and drops the ball against Chris.
Mhm.
I mean, I was looking at their matchup before the week started. A lot of their players, like Chris had the number one guy, and then Matt had the number two guy, and then Chris, as like a receiver, Matt had the number one guy, and Chris had the number two guy. So like I knew this was going to be a close matchup, but I didn't. I thought it was going to be close as they both score 1,000 points close.
Yeah, well, I mean, that would make sense, honestly,
But I
from
mean,
what's been going on.
Chris pulling out that 3-0. Only one on Winners Island this week. So, I mean, we got to give the Detroit Lions a little bit of love here. I mean, he did get off the island in the other league, but he maintained his island status in the Crazy League. Unfortunately for Ryan, he did not get his first win this week. Nat Attack went and took him out. And she's
She's
on a,
looking,
yeah,
she's looking dangerous in both leagues.
dangerous in both leagues. Like, I don't know if I want to play her next week. Based off her current like trajectory, I don't want to I don't want to lose my undefeated record this early in the season. But if I lose to her, I'm gonna be like, okay, like like her team is good. So like then that's when I'll make adjustments for later in the year. But as of right now, like her team is stacked. Damien's team stacked. So like if you lose to one of those two guys right now, I feel like it's just a tough matchup.
Yep. So I'm actually going against Chris next week. So I don't know if you want. I'm putting out personally. I'm putting out some voodoo magic,
You're putting out some voodoo
but
magic on Chris?
yeah, it's
You want to take him
happening.
off the winner's island?
I would love nothing more than as a member of Losers Island all around this, all my leagues. I would love nothing more than to kick him off of Winners Island.
Oh, that's going to be a tough order because I mean he's been putting up some points. I'm a little worried in this league as well next week because not only do I want to be undefeated, I don't want someone's first win to be against me. So I'm going against Ryan next week, and good luck to you, Ryan. But I'm just telling you, I am not rooting for you this week because I don't want to be that first guy to be like lose to you, and then we have the same record all of a sudden.
Here's the deal, though. How much would it suck next week if you lost to Ryan? He gets his first win. You're his first win, and then you also have to do hot or hot sauce. That would just be a brutal week.
That would be a brutal week.
That week would be as brutal as going 0-3 in 2 leagues.
Almost as brutal. Almost. I mean, that's a combined 0-6.
Yeah.
It'll be almost as bad, but definitely bad for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of Crazy League and speaking of the Detroit Lions, we actually have a special guest here. Let's see if he pops up. Not in the room.
Possibly. Did he fall asleep again?
No, he's here. He's looking for us in one of the rooms, but he is not in a room. We're not in a room. Let me untake this screen real quick. Wait, can I add? Oh, he's here. Can I like ping him?
I don't know.
Here, join. Oh, incoming call. Let me cancel that. This one.
So I don't know if you follow moves in our leagues. I'll just keep talking while we're
Yeah,
waiting.
Go ahead.
So I was running the waiver wire in the Crazy League, and Patterson's sitting in the waiver wire.
Patterson sitting on the waiver wire.
Well, he was. Not anymore. Oh, that face though.
Oh, what Let me see.
Hola.
Oh, there we go.
Hey, you got some video there, Chris?
Oh, yes.
He's got video. He wants to get some stuff off his chest. What's up, my guy?
How's it going?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
All right, so
How you guys doing tonight?
Good. Thank you for coming on short notice again. But
Detroit Lions is in the house, baby, on that losing streak. Now that you guys had to go and jinx me for the week. Cool.
Someone has to. You're on a roll right now.
Yeah, I mean you were doing really solid in all 3 leagues?
Last week I was 3-0 for the week, and
Last
then
week in week 2 you were 3-0.
Well, he means like overall,
I
like
see.
yeah. But so
You know what I mean.
you're the only one remaining 3-0 in the Crazy Points League. But I want to ask you real quick, like, how did your Toxic League go? I mean, because I remember specifically in the chat talking about a bye week.
It was 100% supposed to be my bye week, and it was a big letdown. I don't know, what can I say. Kamara, he is unreliable as I've ever seen him. He hasn't hit his projected points this season yet. So it's definitely been hard to judge who to play because you don't want to not play Kamara and then have him score 20 or put up 20 points.
How many more weeks is that gonna last? Is this the last week? If he doesn't perform, are you gonna start dropping him?
That's what I was just talking today. He's got one more week to show something, and then
I'll make a call.
Either he just gets benched. Put in a call next week.
I'll put in a call. I'll call him up and be like, "Hey, Kamara, I'm gonna need you to perform one more week, so Chris plays you another 6 weeks."
Yeah. Well, it's not you're not gonna want to make the call for this next week because I play you.
I mean, I'm not worried about you, Chris. Let's be honest.
Stated on here though. I better see him on the waiver if he doesn't do well this week.
Yeah. He'll sit on my bench.
No, I mean, that's probably exactly where he'll stay on the bench because
you're not gonna get rid of him.
Previous years and trading someone off or just getting rid of them altogether, and then they decide to
start performing.
So
like kind of like our trade last year, where I mean, I traded you Russell Wilson, and then he ended up getting hurt right away. Yeah, that was right. It's just I feel like trades never go good for one person, even if it's a fair trade. Something happens.
Right. I mean, there was a trade for Kyler, but at least against me, he didn't. When we played, he didn't perform too well.
Yeah, and you got a solid receiver that you played every week that gave you consistent points. It's just unfortunately Russell Wilson went down. But Chris, I want to talk a little bit about our head-to-head matchups because it always seems we play each other really closely, and we play each other a lot because I mean we played in the finals last year.
Yeah.
And I can't remember for the life of me like how that turned out.
You know?
No.
That's wild. So I remember exactly how it turned out. I did not do too well the whole season. Beat out number 4 guy
and the number 2 guy
to get into the championship game. And then what did my team do? Failed to even score 100 points. That's what they did.
And how much points did 2 of my players score?
More than my combined team.
Oh, if you guys didn't know, I had Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow in the finals.
Pretty sure they combined for 90 points.
Yeah, they combined for 90 points. And that was one of the first games of the week. So like he was already in a deficit 90 points before like any of his players started.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Because the
It's
back-to-back
literally-
champ
You
does.
stop. Mid-sentence like that. You know it's rough.
It
No,
hurts.
I mean, I
And
just
then I
wanted
have
to.
to relive it now. Okay.
I just wanted to give a little slander, but you've been doing really good in these leagues. This week, I believe you went 2-1,
No, 1 and 2.
1-2. Oh, so you lost in both Easy Dubs and Toxic League.
Yep.
Who'd you lose to in Easy Dubs?
To Justin.
No,
No. Nick.
Nick. Oh, or no, I beat Nick.
I am bad with names today. It is Ryan.
Ryan, he lost to Ryan, so you gave Ryan his
I
first
will-
I
win.
can
got that.
understand. I can understand how you mix Ryan and I up.
Yeah, they're both
Yeah,
just
you guys pretty much
extremely
look the
handsome.
same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
extremely handsome.
But I thought going into this week, I honestly thought I had 2 bye games this week.
Because the
Yeah.
teams you faced haven't been performing well. Your
Nope.
team unfortunately just dropped the ball in both leagues, and you gave one guy his first win, and then you
Yep.
gave another guy his second win after going winless for 13 regular season games. You know, it's
It's really it hurts, but I mean we got plenty more weeks to go.
Would you? I want to ask a question. Would you like us to take the Detroit Lions stamp of you off?
I don't know. It didn't help last week.
I mean, it was intentionally
I-
not to help you. We named you the Detroit
We
Lions.
we
Yeah.
told you to be humble.
Hey, I didn't tell anybody that there besides Justin that it was my bye week. Okay.
Yeah, you
just-
you took a humble loss against Ryan. Unfortunately, that did happen. But the Justin one, I feel like it hurt inside a little because I feel like
don't wanna
you were
lose to the
prepared.
Texans.
Yeah.
You don't want to lose to a Texan.
I mean,
You
that's the worst because the combined record in Texas right now is 2-7,
It's gotta be like 2 and 5, right?
2-7.
No,
that-
Renee too,
Yeah,
right?
Renee's 0-3 as well. So I mean, you gave the Texans half of their wins.
As I'm wearing
Yeah.
wearing a Texas shirt in 0-3 in 2 leagues, so this is. Let me just jump on there.
How fitting.
Hey, but the
Yeah.
Cowboys won. We can't say that as Cardinals fans. The Cardinals got manhandled by the Rams this week. Unfortunately, I know Theo was probably happy about that, but
Went to the game and talking and having to sit next to Rams fans during that was pretty rough.
pretty rough, huh? All right, Chris. Who do you got up in your matchups next week?
Next week,
Yeah.
I'm facing you in our toxic league, and our even our predictions most of the time are usually right there, you know. So they definitely get close matchup every year. It seems like.
Yeah. Usually,
And then-
usually I'm beating you by like 2-3 points. Honestly,
Yeah, it's not very much,
it's not much.
except for the championship game. I mean, Burrow.
That was a fluke. I mean, not a fluke,
yeah.
but that was just a
It
crazy
was a
amount,
fluke.
huh?
It was a fluke to be.
I mean, for them to both to score that many points, like
yeah.
even if they did half of that, I still beat you. But like they went insane. Like I don't think anybody that made it to the finals with either or with that combination lost. There's no way you
I don't
lost.
think anybody would have won.
Yeah.
Regardless, those two put up numbers, and you won. So
Yeah, you could have probably put a super like team like with everyone that's out of the goddamn like out of the playoffs. You could have grabbed everyone's first guy and probably still lose that game 9 out of 10 times, which is unfortunate, but not for
it's
me.
It's hard to win a game because my first two weeks went really solid. I had Tyreek Hill for 40, Lamar for 40, and at least I mean I can bank. It seems like we can bank on Lamar. So
Yeah.
he's went 2 weeks in a row with 40.
Yeah, I mean
And,
that guy's
and I still took an L, you know.
that guy's a stud.
So,
It's just
yeah.
Playing for that contract.
yeah, he is playing for that contract. And you know what's crazy? Like you know what's actually really good? Because Mark Andrews is playing for a contract as well. And he's just throwing the ball to Mark Andrews. Like Mark Andrews is getting wide receiver numbers over there. It's ridiculous.
Andrews ended up doing you in the crazy league this week because
Yeah,
you
but he also
you had
won
him.
me. Yeah. So I knew it's tough like facing each other like that because even if you have like opposite team or opposite players because you want them to do good because you want to win, but then you're like, don't do too good because I still want to win.
Right?
Weeks I've said, oh, I need this person to go off, but only up to 26 points and then stop.
Just
That's
stop.
it, right?
Yeah.
Just enough
You
for
hit
the-
you
just
hit
enough for
that
the
marker
win.
and then you go sit in the locker room.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Oh, that's exactly what happened. They had Montgomery out, second play of the game, right?
Yeah.
And
That
then
hit me. That hit me too.
yep. And then also St. Brown, he was out
Oh,
at the
yeah.
half pretty much.
Yep. And
So
he was putting up some decent was he putting up decent numbers?
yeah, he
Yeah.
had quite a
St. Brown.
bit.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
could. So like he still gave you a decent week, but the what if, if he played that other half, like
Yeah.
he's gonna eat.
It changes, you know.
He's doing ridiculous numbers on the Detroit Lions this year.
Yep. Yeah, if you can do those numbers with Jared Goff throwing to you, that'd be too bad, right?
You can't be too bad at all. Yeah, I actually realized this last week. I was watching
Jared Goff in the Notebook.
yes, he's starred in the Notebook. He's
Yeah.
he should have stuck to acting.
Yeah.
Because imagine your team drops you, picks up the guy that's never won in the city you're going to, and then win a Super Bowl. That's gotta be rough.
Right?
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, so I got you, the one league. I'm playing Theo.
He's coming off his first win.
Yep, he's got his first win under his belt.
Back down.
Now we're tied. We're at 1-2 apiece. Let's see. I think I might chance just leaving Kamara in against Theo, and then
You bet. I better see him on that waiver wire, man.
yeah, I'll just shoot you a trade. How about that?
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
better.
I'll pick up some trash to trade him with.
Yeah. I'll pick up someone that's
And then-
in the injured reserve list.
Yeah, right. I mean, at least later on I might have a chance then. But I think my sleeper pick I'm gonna play this week, possibly in both league, is Greg Dorsch.
Greg
You
Dorsch.
know, he did really well this last week.
He's believe 13, 15, and then this last week 17 points.
Yeah, so
So the last 3 weeks he's been putting up, decent numbers.
yeah, those are consistent numbers.
So-
Those are numbers that you need to fill out your roster because
Yeah.
when the guy has his floor is 15 points, that's nice,
Yeah. Yeah. So I think he's gonna get put in over some maybe slightly better wide receivers, but I think I'm gonna take a gamble on him this week.
Yeah.
Because what are they playing? Carolina. So we all seen how Carolina's played so far.
Yeah, but the unfortunate thing about Carolina is it seems like they always have our number here in Arizona. Like McCaffrey will do nothing and then all of a sudden have a 40-point game on us.
Right, but they're not playing here.
Oh,
It's
we're playing in Carolina? Okay, so
They always seem to do way better on last year they were on the road, yeah.
yeah, so
Last year their record was what, like 0-6 at one point on the road?
oh no,
6-0?
6-0 on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, we definitely do better on the road for some reason. Maybe it's because Kyler Murray is away from his PlayStation, so that might help out quite a bit.
There's no Call of Duty's dropping this week.
Yeah, I mean, there's no Call of Duty. The beta's over this week, so we should expect Kyler Murray to pop off.
Right. No, he did. Well, he still put up what, like 350 yards this week?
I don't think it was that much because he only got me 14 in fantasy. I think he put like 250 up, but he didn't have a touchdown, which is
Right,
like
that's a big thing. I mean,
Yeah.
14 without a touchdown is still relatively like high points for a quarterback. You figure his projected was what, 17, 18,
yeah.
and to get 14 without a touchdown.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, they were definitely moving the ball. They just couldn't get it into the red zone and get it into the score. I think we settled on 4 field goals that game.
Right, yeah.
And
What
field
blew
goals don't win your
my-
game.
You're right. What blew my mind too is they must have had 5 or 6 fourth down conversions,
Yeah.
and then when they're in the red zone, they kick a field goal. They don't go for
Which is the
the
exact opposite of the Bills.
and they're going for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyler Bass has not gotten any points really because they're going for it on 4th and 1 on the 12, 13-yard line. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're I mean the Bills lost this week, but they're getting those first downs and they're converting it
Yeah.
into scores. So that I mean it hurts you Tyler Bass owners because you know how good of a kicker he is. He can get you those 50-yard kicks.
Oh, yeah.
But when they're on the 40-yard line and they're at four down and 2 yards, they're running the ball to get the
gotta
2
say it's
yards instead
better.
of kicking.
It's definitely better, like, when you're watching a game for teams to be going on, 4th and 2, 4th and 1, it's a little bit more excitement, you know?
Oh
And I
no.
think that extra, if we don't get this and we turn the ball over, they're getting decent field position, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean
I think that 4th down drive, they're pushing a little bit more,
oh, definitely, and it just
so
shows
they're
like the
not turning it
confidence
over, you know?
they have in their defense. Because I mean, the Bills' defense is phenomenal. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
like they got kind of. I mean, I wouldn't say the Miami Dolphins like tore apart the defense. It's just
Oh,
like it
no.
was a back and forth game,
No.
you know. So like I mean, even the
That made
Miami,
for an exciting game.
yeah, Miami Dolphins even had the great defense that game too. I mean, they stopped Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs a couple
this
times.
defense wasn't. They didn't show up like they had been in the first couple weeks.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
definitely. I mean, it makes you a little bit excited for Miami because I mean, if they could do that against the Bills and the Bills were looking so goddamn good, like it could be exciting matchups when they face each other again.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You never know what to expect. I mean, who would have expected Kansas City would lose to the Colts?
Oh, what a disappointment there.
Like,
I mean,
Talk about having the Indianapolis defense the first 2 weeks. I
yeah,
was like,
because
"Oh, they're usually pretty good." Nope.
no,
yeah, I dropped them. I dropped them across the board, and then
And then they want to do something. Yeah, it's amazing.
they want to go and record Mahomes' first interception of the season.
who would have
It,
thought?
Yeah.
it always works out that way. And what's with the speaking of like defenses, man, there's even this last week, who was it? I played uh I played Justin this last week, right?
Uh huh. I
And
believe he has.
in all the defenses, Eagles,
Yeah.
18 points.
Yep.
We don't need to talk about the Eagles' defense. Someone picked them up right before me this week and ended up beating me with the defense I wanted.
In
Is that
2 leagues, I grabbed them because I
that
mean, just the way they were trending, it's just they're ridiculous.
oh, it's-
I think every game so far they put up double digits,
and
and
and there's been a lot of defenses outscoring players, which is insane.
yeah,
It seems like there's at least maybe two or three a week that their fantasy points are insane.
yeah. I
You know,
mean, the Dallas Cowboys
interceptions, fumble
defense,
recoveries.
the Tampa Bay's defense, the Eagles
Yep.
defense, the Bills defense. They've been putting up crazy numbers, and like that helps out your team a lot when you have a player that gives you like 6 that's supposed to give
This-
you 20.
Yeah.
So this week, I also picked up the Eagles defense in my rigid league, and I'm staring at their numbers here: 12 sacks, 4 interceptions, like insane.
Yeah, I think they had
Yeah.
9 sacks just in the last game. Like they sacked, I'm pretty sure they sacked Carson Wentz a shitload of times.
Did-
Yeah, it was
Did they?
ridiculous. I think so.
Yeah,
Let's see.
9
Yeah,
sacks.
nine sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like that means they were in the backfield more than the running backs for the Washington Commanders were in the backfield. It's
That was
insane.
that was a rough game. I mean, I'm not a Commander fan, but to get smacked like that,
Yeah. I
that's
mean,
rough.
I'll tell you, I like the Redskins, but after they name change, I'm like, I can't. You fucking sellouts. You fucking sellouts.
Fucking snowflakes.
You fucking snowflakes. People weren't even like the right people that should complain weren't even complaining about that.
Oh,
You
no.
catered to the minority people with the loudest voices. Is
No,
annoying.
That's part. It's almost like the Cleveland Indians. Same deal.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Jokes.
It's wild.
If the Chiefs ever change their name, then we've lost all hope in humanity.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think the Chiefs have a little bit more pull than the Redskins did. You know,
no,
so
definitely. I mean, they're in the fucking stadium going the hot or the was that tomahawk or whatever the shit they do.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's great.
The
Yeah.
Braves still do that.
the Braves still do that as well. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm crossing sports here, but
No,
that's
no,
okay.
you're good. You're good.
No, you're good.
All right. So we're running a little bit over this time, so we're gonna go a quick.
Chris,
Who you guys' biggest like?
Chris, who do you think did the best this week?
Yeah, who do you think did the best this week? Sorry,
Player?
this is when I haven't eaten. This is
It's-
Adam's brain.
Yep. It's
Oh.
your choice, player, collective, whatever
Yeah.
you think.
Who are you most impressed by this week?
I want to say Lamar, just because he's been consistent, like very consistent.
Yeah, he's balling out
But
of
I
control.
mean, you got to get up to what is it? The Miami as a whole too.
Yeah,
For they've
they didn't have
no
crazy.
one had.
They didn't have crazy fantasy relevance or like points this week, but
No.
they went in where you thought they weren't going to have like they were going to get dominated by the Bills, and
Yeah,
they showed out. They gave them a tough game.
Yeah, because Tyreek Hill didn't do anything, so they didn't have like like spectacular like.
Waddle did decent.
Yeah, Waddle did decent.
Tyreek got me like 5, I believe.
Mhm.
So and that's saying something,
Yeah.
It's in the PPR league.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think it's always cool when like the underdogs win because nobody thought Tua was going to do anything for him. So
Yeah.
it's definitely cool to see them actually performing well.
Definitely
And-
step up from Fitzmagic.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Nick. Well, who was your most impressive?
So I'm gonna go someone who hasn't been talked about. No one's really got him. He's sitting there on the sideline, and it's unfortunately up to an injury. But Khalil Herbert.
Khalil Herbert.
Khalil Herbert
From Chicago.
from Chicago. Montgomery went out. Khalil Herbert put up 157 yards,
It's impressive.
two rushing touchdowns, a couple catches. He put up 30 points as the backup running back, and he really stepped into that role when Montgomery went out.
And how many people think had them in their lineup?
That's no one really does. So he is also my who I'm looking at on the waiver wire. He's like the AJ Dillon. He is that guy who, if needs to step up, can.
Yeah,
And
and
I got that L this week. I
it's-
mean, maybe I'll
it's-
pick them up.
it's good for players like that to step up when someone goes down because then it can turn into that two-back system where like
Yep.
Montgomery gets like one drive and then Herbert gets another drive, and so that he could have your flex, you could have him in the flex and trust him.
That's how Kareem Hunt came up.
Yeah, and that's exactly how AJ Dillon came up. Aaron
Yep.
Jones went down and AJ Dillon stepped up into that role, and now they're in a 1-2 back system with two dominant running backs. And it could
You have that system. Same thing with McCaffrey and Chuba Hubbard
Yep.
came up, but he did not quite hit that level. So it's hard.
I have a question for both of you because I know you both own Montgomery. Did it hurt seeing Herbert do that well, knowing that if Montgomery played, he probably does those numbers?
100%.
Oh,
That is the
yeah.
only reason Montgomery was on the waiver wire in the Crazy League.
Yeah.
He was sitting out there. I picked him up last minute thinking, great matchup, great. He's going to do awesome. He's going to get me all these points. And then to see him go down, I went, which
Yep.
got me watching Khalil Herbert.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
was
and
rough.
the kid stepped up and he did his job, and
Mhm.
that's also a good thing because when Montgomery's healthy, if they can do that two-back system, it could keep Montgomery healthy for you guys for the whole season. I mean, he's had some health issues in the past, so hopefully he can get
Last year he was out a couple weeks.
so hopefully he can get healthy and they can depend on the other back as much as they depend on him to. I mean, hopefully you
Yep.
still get the red zone scores, but definitely it makes you more like dependable, reliable when you
Yeah.
have a running back in a two back system that you know they're both studs.
Most definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, even like Dallas. I mean, Pollard will put up numbers when Zeke doesn't, and or they could put up numbers together. You know, so like it's a nice system to have.
That's what. Speaking of Pollard, that's what I had Pollard in for Kamara, and then I don't know what happened, but I look back at it, I'm like, damn, because I was gonna bench Kamara this last weekend, and even those, I mean, Pollard didn't do great, but I believe
Miser strikes again.
I believe he got 10, which is a little bit more that would have helped out,
Yeah,
besides Kamara.
because you had a close game with Justin.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
close.
so like
And
it
it's
could
just
have swayed it.
Yeah, it could have. I mean, any little bit helps. And you're looking at, you get your results at the end of the week, and if you had your optimal lineup,
Yeah,
you I win both games. So
that's the unfortunate thing. Looking at the
yeah,
especially after a loss, you're looking at the
yeah,
optimal, and you're like, man, if I just
Oh, the
tinkered.
optimal, it stabs you in the heart after you've already lost
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah, it
yep.
hurts bad. Especially when your optimal lineup would have been like 20 points over theirs. You're like, God damn it. Am I a bad manager?
And it's hard, man. It's like you don't know. It's fantasy, like just like it stabbed me in the heart last year, where you think this is gonna be good, and then once everybody starts playing, you're like, I really played this guy. So
All right. We're running up here on 1 hour and 20 minutes. So I want to cut this off a little bit and cut it off. But just one quick question. I just need one word answers from both of you. Biggest disappointment of the week?
it's just
Hell.
my
Tyreek Hill?
management, my team,
Management for your team. Good call. And I'm going to say Jefferson. Justin
and Nick.
Jefferson.
I face you in our Crazy Points League, so I got to show up this next week for to beat the podcast crew here,
Oh.
and
Yeah, because
we'll
you're
see how
facing
this
both of us
goes.
this week. We'll see. We'll
Yep,
see.
one apiece, one in each league. So
Oh,
we're
imagine,
gonna.
imagine.
I wish you nothing but the worst.
Oh, likewise, bud.
Likewise, but I hope I beat you by 1 point, Chris.
And then we're gonna have to hide the toaster, okay?
No more bats.
No more bass for Chris. But we want to thank you guys for watching another episode of
Yes, thank you.
the Off the Balls podcast. We appreciate Chris for stopping by. We always appreciate Nick for hosting this with me. And thank you guys, and we'll see you guys later. Goodbye.
There, guys.